Hi everyone, I'm Armin.
And I'm Candace.
And we're a husband and wife real estate team right here in Salmon Arm, BC.
Yeah, and we make videos about what it's truly like to live in Salmon Arm and the Shuswap. And we're expanding that into even talking about the North Okanagan later this year. We absolutely love living here, and we love when people reach out to us and ask us questions about what it's like to truly live here. And that's what we're just trying to do with these videos, is basically give you as best of a glimpse into what life is actually like here as we can. And we hope that you find them helpful.
If you do find these videos helpful, remember to please like and subscribe to the videos and ring the notification bell. We'll be putting out new videos every month to show you guys what living here is like.
And if you are considering a move to the Shuswap, please reach out to us. We love helping people and we love answering questions about what it's like to live here. So all our contact information is in the description box below. We would love to hear from you. So without further ado, let's get into this video. We're going to be doing a tour of Raven, Upper Raven, as well as Upper Lakeshore today. So the neighborhood of Raven and Upper Lakeshore are both very close proximity to Canoe Beach, which is the public beach access in Salmon Arm. Believe it or not, we are on the Shuswap Lake, but for public beach access around the city of Salmon Arm, Canoe is pretty much the only one, especially for like a big kind of public beach with nice sandy beach and public docks and swim areas and things. This is one of the closest neighborhoods that you can get to that beach, about a 5-minute or less drive away. It is close to downtown Salmon Arm. It's about a 5-ish minute drive to downtown Salmon Arm, give or take a couple extra minutes. The only thing I would say, it's not the easiest to walk from these subdivisions into the city of Salmon Arm. So if you are in Upper Lakeshore, there are sidewalks for most of the walking way to get to downtown. However, if you are in Raven, which is just a little bit further north, you're not going to be able to go on a sidewalk for a good chunk of the walk into Salmon Arm. The other unfortunate thing is our city does not have transit out to these subdivisions yet. So if you are choosing to live here, it's probably best to live here if you are going to have a car and plan to drive. It is doable for walking, and we're going to be showing you the Raven Foreshore Trail. So that trail actually goes all the way from Raven right into downtown Salmon Arm, through the bird sanctuary. It's beautiful to bike or walk, but again, that's more like spring to fall type season. So in the winter, it'd be really nice to have a vehicle if you were going to choose to live out here. For the school catchment for this area, so if you're moving here with kids going to elementary school, the school catchment is for Bastion Elementary, which again, there are public buses that do come out to Raven. I'm not 100% certain if Bastion will send one out to Raven, but there are public buses that do come and pick up for school drop off and pick up in Raven. Bastion Elementary is a really, really nice elementary school. It has 2 really big soccer fields, and it's in such a central location in the city of Salmon Arm, pretty much right off the Trans-Canada Highway, that it's a very highly desirable school to send your children to. But I do believe most of the elementary schools in Salmon Arm are good and all have pretty high ratings, and there are pros and cons to them. We are planning on doing an in-depth kind of video about schools one day, so stay tuned for that, and hopefully we'll be able to provide you some more information on what each school specifically can provide.
If you're watching this video, you're probably thinking about moving to Salmon Arm, and you might be wondering what the real estate market is like in the Raven neighborhood. A lot of these homes were built in the 90s and early 2000s, and they're typically around, I would say they start from $650 and go above $1 million. They're bigger homes on bigger lots. A lot of them are Lakeview. Some do get more Lakeview than others, depending on how the house is situated. They don't typically have suites. A few of them do here and there. One more thing to mention, homes in this neighborhood don't come up for sale very often. I would say it's around 5 a year. And because it's a very desirable neighborhood, they do typically sell relatively quickly. If you are thinking about moving to Salmon Arm to start a family, or if you already have a young family, Raven is a very good area for that. Because it's off the main road and it's not a through road, everybody that comes through is pretty much going to their homes. So you don't have a lot of car traffic going up and down the streets, which means kids can be out on the street playing every day. And it would be a great spot to raise a family.
So yeah, Raven is a really desirable neighborhood, especially if you do have like young children or you're a young family. There's also a lot of retired couples that live out here as well. But it's something to consider if you do have older kids in that high school age. A lot of the lifestyle of growing up in Salmon Arm, and I grew up in Salmon Arm, after school when you're that 15 to 17 age, you go to your friend's house or you go hang out downtown, you do all sorts of things with your buddies after school. If you choose to raise your kids here and they're older kids, you're going to potentially have to be like driving into town to pick them up and drop them off because there's no sidewalk system out here yet from the schools. So it wouldn't be really safe to have your kid, and it would probably take them 30 minutes. It wouldn't be very safe to have your kid walk all the way from home from school out here. So it can kind of be a little bit secluded for an older child, potentially living out in this area out here.
So the neighborhood of Raven is a beautiful subdivision to live in. You have this beautiful family-friendly park, and you have gorgeous lake views out of most of these homes. You're off of a main road, so you don't have that traffic, you don't have that noise. One thing that I would mention is the train does run along the water. So if you are in one of those homes that is right along the water, you might experience some noise from the train. Another positive is that the Raven Trail runs along the train tracks right there. It takes you about an hour to walk from here to downtown Salmon Arm.
So one thing to mention about the Raven neighborhood, it's kind of split into two. So there's Raven, which is that lower part closer to the water and the Raven Foreshore Trail. And then there's Raven Hills, or also sometimes known as Upper Raven, which is on the, I guess it'd be the east side of Lakeshore Road. So the thing about Raven Hills or Upper Raven is it is, like it says, built pretty much on a hill. So there's a few things to note about homes here. One, they all pretty much have stunning lake views, which you can kind of see behind me, because they are built high up on the hill. However, there are a few potential downsides to this area, especially for young families. So it's not quite that same as kids playing in the street. Because everything is so slanted, you're not going to have a lot of kids playing in the streets. If you kick the soccer ball here, you'd be chasing it for miles and miles. But it is still kind of a quiet neighborhood feel. It is not a no-through road, and then access to that park area and everything, you would have to cross Lakeshore Road, and it'd be a bit of a walk downhill there, but uphill back. So it's a bit of a different feel than the Raven neighborhood. This area, I would say, feels a lot more similar to that kind of upper Lakeshore neighborhood vibe that we've been talking about in this video as well. So the upper Lakeshore area of Salmon Arm, it's quite spread out, and there is kind of a part of it that's older homes, and then as you kind of go further north, it moves into some more kind of newer subdivisions as well. So homes in this area, they're like very varying. You can get pretty much something probably in that $600,000 to $700,000 range, all the way upwards of, there's a home listed right now for $3 million in Upper Lakeshore. Beautiful, stunning property. So there's a huge variety of options here. We really like this neighborhood because it has really beautiful lake views, a lot of the homes, and it's kind of quiet. You're off the main Lakeshore Road, but you still have really easy access into Salmon Arm. So from here, as you can see on the street behind me, there are no sidewalks, but it's kind of a quieter road. But as you kind of make your way down to Lakeshore, you can walk on a sidewalk all the way into kind of the main part of the city there. To get all the way to downtown is not going to be the easiest thing, but there are ways that you could go and have the whole way be done on a sidewalk or through trails. So for that, I kind of like that, especially if you are raising older kids and you want them to have freedom to kind of come and go and walk into town. That being said, from here to walk from here to downtown would probably take you close to an hour, maybe 45 minutes. So it's not like it's super close and easily accessible. The same with Raven. This neighborhood is not serviced by public transit. So it's one of those areas that we recommend having a car. Hopefully our city has said that they're working to expand our transit program. So I would think a bus route out to these areas, there's so many homes out here, would be something they'd be considering, but it's just something to keep in mind. Even at that, if you are planning to use transit in Salmon Arm, our transit system here is not very good. I think we have a total of 8 bus routes and they pretty much stop at 7 p.m. So they're not like, it's not like living in the big city where you can easily hop on the bus to get into work. A lot of the homes in this area, especially the newer ones, do come and built with suites, which are really great for mortgage helpers. And I would say for Armin and I, this is one of our favorite neighborhoods in all of Salmon Arm. It's where we always talk about buying a beautiful lot and building our dream home one day. It's really nice. 30th Avenue is the street that's kind of the next major street that's up that way. There is a public transit on that street, but it's pretty far from here. But all those properties up there, most of them are farm or large acreage properties. So that's kind of what you're backing onto here when you're living in the upper Lakeshore area. So that's just really nice as well. It's just nice for having some kind of peace and quiet.
Thank you everyone for watching the video. We hope you found this information helpful.
Yeah, we love making videos about what it's truly like to live in Salmon Arm, and we put them out every month, so make sure that you subscribe and ring the notification bell so you never miss one of our videos. And always remember, if you are considering a move to Salmon Arm, reach out to us anytime. We always have your back when it comes to relocating to the Shuswap. Thank you, and we'll see you in the next one.